Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of The Last Kingdom in Aurora 4X. And in previous episode, we did find some aliens in the diamond system. And we've now gotten away from there for the time being. We do want to settle Zhatelier though, so that is going to be a bit of a point of contention with them, most likely. But we now have gotten the commercial shipyard that we were building, so we can actually start producing our supply vessels. Actually, let's have a look. What else can we build here? Oh! Well, that's interesting. So we could probably start increasing the size of this then. Let's add in another 10 kiloton capacity there. We'll start making that into the shipyard that will be producing even bigger commercial vessels, I think. But right now we can apparently build all of the smaller ones from here, which is rather handy, I do admit. Okay, well, so we didn't really need to build this one right now, but at the same time having another shipyard is not a bad thing. We're about to get another refueling station here. We started producing another ground force construction complex, which I'm kind of... Actually, let's have a look. What does it require? Geranium and Tronium. We've got plenty of both, so I'm going to actually make 2 of those. Because there's actually a decent reason for that. Another thing that I think I'll start making is a bit more deep space tracking stations. I think we'll make another 10, in fact. Because the refueling station is almost completed, and that will be transported probably into Turfing. Because in Turfing we have set up a deep space tracking station place in here, and if we get the refueling station here, we can start stockpiling some fuel in here. And eventually we do want to do some digging in here, because there's some installations in here, but right now that's not the priority. Right now we just want to utilize this as a base against the aliens in Aquamarine. And also, apparently Lübeck's, you can see it there, just barely, but Lübeck's atmosphere has been terraformed again, so is it... Oh no, it's not quite yet. It's a bit too cold. Okay, so nitrogen. Max atmosphere 0.32, I guess. And that should put it high enough temperature that it is 0 colonization cost. And at that point, we don't need to worry about the infrastructure in here. We'll still have a lot of infrastructure to transport to elsewhere, of course. But we're going to get that working. And I think that is going to be enough, more or less. If not, then we may need to increase it a tiny bit more. But anyway, the colony over here is growing quite nicely. They did construct some more construction factories already and started doing a bit more of that. And in Cross Caldera, actually, we have 7 million liters of fuel so far. We got a little bit of maintenance supply points, 6,000, so it's not a lot, to be fair. Actually, that's a thing that we could build, is a cargo shuttle station. Not necessarily 10, but I think we'll start with 1. Now, we do have the resources for that, although we're a bit low in boronite by the looks of it. We've got the uranium and carbonite for that easily, and mercasium. And boronite, I believe we do mine in Mimung, don't we? Boronite, yes. We do. Now we just got a shipment from there. Also, one thing that we did do is we traded a little bit with the House Alexandrus. We transported some... Hold on, what was it that they don't produce there? I believe carbonite they didn't have there. So we transported some carbonite there, and we took some gallicite back to Veralis instead, because we have very little gallicite. So if we can get a little bit of that back, that'd be nice. Right, but let's get going, shall we? We did skip ahead a little bit again, not massively, like 2 or 3 months. We got some ground unit designs, and actually that reminds me, we got ourselves the new STO design. So it's not great, it only has the 100,000 kilometer range, but it does have a pretty good hit ratio at the max range, although the tracking speed isn't all that great. It is a bit sizable, so we got a unit that has 2 STO units. It's the Orbit Pike Battalion over here, so it's still only 1,000-ton sized battalion, but at the same time it does have 2 STOs there. We can get a little bit of these. It does have some defensive capabilities as well, if need be. Hopefully not, but it can defend itself, at least to a certain degree. Now, it should be at the rear echelon, of course, so they won't be firing at anyone anytime soon. But yeah, we got a little bit of troops. We got one of those under construction right now, but it does take a while to do it. Currently we have it... Well, it's going to be done in August, so yeah, we got about... 7 months. Actually, well, yeah, a bit more than 7 months until that's completed. But anyway, let's get going. So we have not gotten the communication with the aliens yet. On the other hand, we don't have a diplomacy station or anything like that either, so there is that. Now I suppose... I wonder, let's actually... I'm gonna do that live. Will new ship class diplomacy station. Although actually ship might not be a terrible idea either. But let's well, it doesn't matter. So if we say we have a diplomacy module, can we put in an L in module? Is it going to be... Oh, it's going to become a military vessel, isn't it? Okay, a military diplomacy ship is not a good idea, unfortunately. So yeah, we can't really have that one on. And to be fair, well... We don't have small enough... jump thingy. I mean, as long as we keep it under 50 kilotons and it's a commercial, then we can drag it to where it needs to be, but... Or we can drag it to Zhatelier at least. I'm not entirely sure if we can get it to their system. We'll get to that later. I just wanted to see if it's possible to... technically it is possible to have a diplomacy ship with the L in module, but at the same time, it... Well, now that I mentioned that, I'm a bit curious. If we make that into a military vessel, we can use the smaller engines, or the exploration engines. So we have 2 of those. Then we get some engineering. Annual failure rate. How low can we get that? Secondly, we're going to need a jump drive most likely. Luckily we do have one of these for 10 kilotons, so we can make this a little bit larger. It can move on its own. Now, of course... Actually, how bad is it? Thermal signature isn't all that bad, but they might be judging it by the tonnage. Let's get another L-int module. Then let's get the sensors. Thermal sensor and EM sensor. But in axis sensors as well if need be. I believe, hold on. Yeah, that one's obsolete now, isn't it? So we'll obsolete that component. Put in one of these there. How long range is that? It doesn't have fuel, so it doesn't have range. Right, let's put in a large fuel storage there. So that would be 24 billion... 48 billion... Or 47 rather. You know what, let's put in one very large. So 88 billion, that's more than enough. We're going to add in some layers of armor there. Put in 3 layers, and then let's put in 24-month deployment time. We'll need to set up some maintenance storages in there. I'll put in a bit extra just in case, and then I think I'll put in some more engineering. I want to lower the annual failure rate down to... Actually, is there... We do have the damage control. How much would that be? Would that lower the... No, that would not lower that annual failure rate, so it's just a matter of getting more engineering spaces there. On the other hand, do we need that much? Not necessarily. On the other hand... Oh, actually, how big were the engines again? It's 20 hull size, so that would be 1,000 tons. We could probably get rid of some of the things here to make room. Let's get rid of one of the EM modules, and we can get rid of 2 of the engineering spaces. Put in another engine there. Jump drive is too small. I wonder. Probably thought doing that. Just put in some more maintenance storage space there. Is that tiny? Is too much. What of our fighter? That's fairly well. It is 3 years deployment time at least. Now armor rating 3. It would at least be able to take on some hits with the L-Int module. How expensive is this? Secondly, we do not have... Oh, right, we do not have a vessel capable shipyard capable of producing this. Well, we'll get back to this later. I'll probably do a little bit of work on that off camera and see if I can get some decent vessel that has both the diplomacy sensors and the what's it called? The diplomacy and the L-Int, that's the one. Right, but let's... oh, Royal 2 Survey 1 is at Colorado. Oh, not Royal... Royal Survey 2. I'm not sure what I was talking about there. Right, so you refueled here, didn't you? So I think I want you to... You know what, I suppose you can do your overhaul here. It may be a bit crowded here because there are 2 ships already in the orbit and you do not have a massive maintenance capabilities. But it's not going to be full speed. You've still got 7 million liters of fuel there at least, so that's good. And there's no worker shortage right now. Odin has a little bit of workers over there. But that is still undergoing a lot of... Oh, they've actually managed to get a little bit more terraforming in there. Or did I may have transported more... No, I don't think I did. It's the... Oh, the governor's bonus has increased there. Well, that would do it. Right, so let's actually have a look. Still waiting for the oxygen there to get it breathable, and then we just need to warm up the planet. Once we get the oxygen in there, then warming up the planet will be much easier. There is quite a bit of hydro in there. But that actually means that once we start... Yeah, well, eventually it will spike up quite a bit, the temperature. Once the ice melts and all that. Right, but anyway. Over here, so we got that, then we got a few ultramines still here, but those are not producing all that much. We haven't transported any new stuff there in a while. So now we at least know of 3 alien races. I think one of those is Rakas, the other one is likely Precursors. And then we do have a genuine non-player race here. Which is interesting. We'll see how we react. I mean, I've already informed the players of this new race, but there's not been a massive amount of... reaction yet because I'm still in mid session here. Right. Oh, right. Orlanco survey. Oh, right, because the other one is already surveying that. Just making sure I'm alone. There's actually stuff to still survey within the system, but it is a massive system, so how much of a range do you have? It's not a decent bit. Okay, so I'm going to send you to the Planet 7. Actually, exclude surveys, or surveyed. Right, so let's go over there. It's only going to take 55 days to get in there. That shouldn't be a problem. Oh, we got another regiment headquarters, good. Started training another... Oh, support strong point. Right. That has medium bombardment statics. Right, and we started producing... Oh, right, we completed the refueling station, so we now started working on the deep space tracking stations in Veralis. That's good. And the smaller ship over here, actually, how much do we have in the various herds right now? So that's been cleared out recently. This one has 2.9 million liters. That's 2.1 in Shrunting. And 2 million in Skofnum. Right, so I'm going to send the the small oiler number 3 to Shrunting. I actually wonder, can we... No, we can't transfer it to there yet, but we can certainly refuel from the stationary tankers there, and then go back to Barracuda, Veralis, transfer fuel to Colony. There we go. That should work. Oh, and the big oiler has completed order, so let's have a look. How much do we have? We got another 15 million in Veralis right now. Caldera we got 7 million, and Christina Imperialis 6.2 million liters. So we got a decent bit of fuel in these colonies combined. Nothing massive to be fair, but certainly getting started on that. Ah, we got the... Oh, one of the trade fleets has returned here, so let's have a look. What were you doing pre... Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, you got orbiting Lübeck, so you were probably transporting infrastructure, weren't you? Yes, you were unloading infrastructure at Durandal A1. I think I'm going to have you do that again, although let's have a quick look. How much do we have in Durandal A1 right now? That is where the ancient construction is, but we don't know exactly what it is. We got 30 infrastructure there so far, so we only did one trip, okay. There's room for 10,000 people so far. I think we need to work on that a little bit more. So we got 2 of these. So, Lübeck, load installation, infrastructure, autoroute to Durandal. And A1, unload all installations, autoroute back to Barracuda, and then refuel at the Barracuda herd number 2, and then you can go back to Lübeck, and we'll move from there. System surveyed. Okay, Collada has been surveyed. So what did we find here? We did find the intact colony, actually. We should probably... Or deserted intact colony. We want to create a colony there. Then we got a little bit of resources there. There's a little bit of boronite. Then we've got a Saurium gas giant there. And that's actually it. Not all that impressive, to be fair. Now there is another jump point in here that we can go through. So standard transit through there. We'll see what we find on the other side. And we got 2 researchers actually. We got the boat bay and we got the maintenance, we started on the maintenance support per facility 1600 tons, and then we completed 5 puncher 84 because that is the year when we started doing those redesigns. And actually, let's have a look. So we've updated most of the things. So the Pierce puncher, that's obsolete now. I have been switching the units in these. I mean, I know that I could use the unit series, but there's going to be so many different units that doing it for every unit type is going to be a problem. There's only a limited amount of spaces for those. Of course, we can switch around or do some shenanigans to add in more manually, but that is a lot of work. So I'm just skipping most of that. Right. So is there... No, I don't think there's anything else over there that we need to worry about right now. I'm wondering, are we going to find... Oh, hold on, there was a 15-hour jump at one point there. Interesting. Have we been in the... Hold on, Emerald? Yeah, we are surveying here. what have we found so far? There's a little bit of resources on that, and some corundium on that. And uridium on that. There might be some asteroids. No, we haven't surveyed any yet. I mean, they are asteroids, yes, but we... Oh, right, yeah, there's Trojans around the A1 there. Alright then. There's also a lot of Lagrange points in this system. Interesting. Okay, construction factory is completed in Vera. Oh, right. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Well, I mean, how much do we have? We've still got some duranium and neutronium, so we could probably keep on building more. On the other hand, I'm just going to put in the extra points over here for the time being. We'll get more research done sooner. Oh, and we trained one of all the support strong points, so how about we get another orbit bike battalion? Because we should be getting the ground control. Well, actually, no, it's going to take a while still. Never mind. We'll get that eventually, but we do want to have some of those STO units, just so that we can defend some of our colonies, especially on the western part of the galaxy. Oh, and we've got the gas-cooled fast reactor. Right, that is brilliant. We started on the 60-hull size commercial engine, which is gonna increase the fuel efficiency of our tankers quite, or not tankers as well, but the commercial vessels in general quite a bit. Of course, repairing those is going to be a bit trickier, but hopefully we don't have to repair. Right, so now we can set up the... What else do we have? We got the jump drive efficiency queued up there, but honestly, I think getting the... We did get the better fuel efficiency, in fact, and I think we are using the better fuel efficiency on this engine. Iron drive, it's 10,000 points, but at the same time, it is iron drive. I'm going to add that to the queue. But I do want to get the jump drive efficiency first, just so that we can keep our jump drives somewhat reasonable size. It's also going to save a lot on costs in, for example, the survey vessels and all that. Ah, we found... Okay, quite a bit of mercasium corundium in that moon, but low accessibilities. Let's see if we can get something still done here, though. Terraforming report. Let's have a look. How is the Lubex? Nope. Oh no. So close, but still so far. Okay, it's just adding in. Let's go for 0.35 atmospheres. That's going to go a bit higher than it's necessary, but at the same time it means that if someone's bombarding this, or get one hit in here, then it's not immediately going to be requiring a lot of infrastructure. But yeah, that should be done relatively quickly. Well, it's going to take about... actually... It's going to take about 6 months. But it's not going to lose the... or it's going to warm up soon enough, so we don't need to worry about that. We're going to then start transporting some of these terraforming installations out of here. Probably for 80s, for example. And speaking of 80s, they have gotten a little bit of terraforming installations here again, but not quite enough. How is the... oh, it's still going to take a long while to get rid of that extra oxygen there. Well, they are working on it. They are working on it. We should be getting some refittings done very soon. Oh, and Garnet has been found. Oh, wow. This is also a rather large system, isn't it? Okay, so there's two... Hold on, is that... how far is that? That is quite far. It has some moons and asteroids and planets. There's one planet over there. So, first things first, the primary has 3 planets, 4 asteroids. And over here we got another 3 planets, 16 moons, and 17. There's Super Jovian there. There's a gas giant. I wonder if there's... no, I don't think there is. Okay, so there are some Okay, that's potentially colonizable planet. It's a bit cold, but other than that, it's okay. And then so that planet is a gas giant. Right. Let's zoom in a little bit. Well, the inner system isn't too large. It's just, there's the other one down here that has some planets, and that's a bit far away. There's a Lagrange point there. Now, was there a gas giant in the middle here? I believe there was, wasn't there? Yes, there is. Okay, so we could technically stabilize a jump point in there. Speaking of jump points, I know that we are technically over time already, but Ekasucks, we have the royal tank going. We did have a tanker escorting it about halfway there, and then they split ways. Because the tanker was about to lose, or it had to use quite a bit of its fuel to keep the tug in good fuel. And it's gonna get there, it's gonna stabilize the jump point, then they can take the shortcut into the inner system and do that. So we can actually survey that remaining area there. But anyway, we are out of time for this one, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if I haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.